Hey, family, welcome back to Making the Right Play podcast, episode 5. It's your boy, Freddie B, man, your host. And I got my co host with me here again today, my boy G. Clark and Derek. I'm going to get these guys going here with a few open remarks, and we're going to go ahead and get this pod started today, man. G. Clark, you got any few words while we start off today?
God bless everybody. Today is Memorial Day. Some celebrate, some don't. I'm one of the few that don't, but hey, we're here. Let's get this show started.
Let's get this going. Hey, DT, what's up, brother? Give us some open words, man.
Just want to thank everybody for coming in, joining us. Like you said, it's Memorial Day, so we got to honor those fallen soldiers. So on to y'all. But hey, Cincinnati, let's keep making the right play. Enjoy the taste of Cincinnati if you're here.
Hey, that's right. That's right. All right, guys. So, hey, we're going to get this thing going, man. I think we're going to have a fun show today, man. And so we want to just go ahead and start here, man. I want to with the Indiana Pacers, man. Are they the real deal, man? I had a good friend of mine that was rolling with the Pacers before the playoffs started, right? You know, he was just talking about their style of play. And I'm gonna say one thing here, and I'm gonna kick it to Mr. Clark so we can start. But Rick Carlisle, man, I think is so underrated. I mean, he's hell of a coach, man. I'm big on coaches making adjustments. You know what I mean? Being able to make adjustments on the go, not just at halftime or timeouts. Is that he's Rick Carlisle? It shows me the type of basketball mind they got over there in Indy, man. So Clark, Greg, just let me know, man. Pacers, are we the real deal?
I think they're the real. Yeah, I do think they're the real deal. I just think Rick Carlisle, like you said, is underrated. I always looked at him as one of the best coaches because he was the coach when the Dallas Mavericks beat the Heat, right? Was he the coach there for the Dallas?
No, I think he was. I think was okay. It was I think it was him.
Okay,
yeah,
so he got a championship up. He got a championship under his belt, if I'm mistaken, and him bringing that to Indy. And he got a bunch of blue-collar guys that's just going hard for him. Like, Siakam is an all-star, but he's not in that top 20, but he's a guy that can give you 20. And you got guys, that's stepping up for his, I forgot his name, number 23, hitting 8 threes in the clutch. Halliburton is being the most overrated, making big plays. You got Turner, who been there for a while. You just got guys out there that's playing hard and they ain't doing too much, they're not getting out of character within a role. Everybody doing their job, they rebounding. You got Toppin coming off the bench, giving them good minutes, and that's the other guy. I think he number 2 with the braids. I think he played for Gonzaga. If I ain't mistaken.
Nembhard.
I like that kid showing me some promise. But I said out of the 4 teams that's left, Rick Carlisle is the best coach. Now, would it transcend to them winning the championship? I don't know. But the way they playing, New York got to do something because them blowing that lead and the Pacers showing that comeback, they got them looking good. They got them looking like they real deal.
DT, what's up, man? What you thinking, man?
I do think the Pacers are the real deal. The Reggie Miller choke. They playing basketball right now, but and Greg did say when we was picking it, when it was the finals or whatever like that, he said he felt like Rick Carlisle would be a better coach in this series versus the Knicks. And I mean, he got his team to play, but I don't know. I feel they're a good team, but 14-point lead with 2:50 left. The Knicks, you don't blow that. But this is another thing, too. It always, when it comes to somebody here, they always refer back to Miami and Rick Carlisle. It's all about, just say the man, was he coaching against the LeBron James team? Like, this got to stop.
Nah. You're getting your feelings again. No. That's who they beat. Because he won. I ain't know if he won one championship. And the only team that Dallas, because he was coaching, they played the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Who else did Dallas beat in the finals?
I'm off. You got it, Greg.
You're sensitive. There you go, sensitive.
No,
you're jumping off reports. You're sensitive.
I've been
off. I'm talking basketball for real. No, I'm serious.
Okay. What? Okay, you right,
You
Greg.
got you stuttering. When you start stuttering,
You right. You right, Greg.
you're very fluid with your words. Now I'm become LeBron. This got to stop, man. Your
Hey,
heart is plateauing.
hey, this what I'm gonna say, y'all. Man, y'all so funny, man. But this what I'm gonna say about the Pacers. I think the episode before I said about the styles of play. You know, now we're in the playoffs is now about styles, like how we watch boxing. The styles are, what's gonna make the fight. And so, as you see with the Pacers, we're using 9 to 10 players off the bench, right? The difference is that the Knicks only had what, 2. We talked about Mitchell
That's
Robinson,
a good point.
McBride. We talked about that last week. And so, what's happening is that you got people like Miles Turner, like you said, Neesmith, Nembhard. They're knocking down shots. They're playing defense 94 feet. You got guys that you can switch off on Brunson, so they're not getting in foul trouble. You know what I mean? So they just have a lot of pieces. Obi Toppin's playing well. I knew he was because he got drafted to New York. So, people, when you have those other underlying issues with teams and, you know what I mean? You get the best out of people sometimes. I said this before last episode as well. Madison Square Garden is not home court advantage. People had their best games in Madison Square Garden.
That's a good
Think
point,
about
Fred.
it.
That's a good point.
It's not a home. They love playing events at Madison Square Garden, not just the basketball. A basketball game is more like an event. That's why you see those stars there. Same way with a concert or whatever's going on in Madison Square. It's historical, and people and players are historical for having their best games there. Trae Young, Halliburton, Kobe, Bron. I mean, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. I mean, the names go on, but they have had huge games there. So it's not a home court advantage that the Knicks think they have, man. So I do think the Pacers are the real deal. I think the Knicks is. I think we over. I think it might be. I think if they have to get this game 3, if we're going to extend, you know what I mean, on this series. I don't. Other than that, I don't see it, man. So we're gonna go ahead and transition over here since we stand in the NBA. Minnesota Oklahoma City series. Last night, that was a whooping. They got out fast. I think they needed to do that, man. DT, let's start with you, man. What we think about this series? Can Minnesota get this back rolling, man?
Anytime you got a guy like Ant-Man with the attitude Ant-Man got, you ain't out of it. I mean, it's 2-1. You back at home. You got your crowd behind you, and you went for 30 last night. So it's a possibility that this one can go 7. I think it can go 7, but hey, everybody's got to come to play. You got your home crowd behind you. Come tied up. You go back to OKC. Try to steal one there if you can. Come back home and close it out. But it's so crazy because this series got both 2 young stars in it. So you got Ant-Man, you got SGA. They both over there. And then on the other side, you got 2 young stars too. I feel like the NBA, man, I don't want to say it, but I feel like it's geared up to really be that Halliburton kid versus one of these 2. And I'm thinking it might be Ant-Man because these guys that you mentioned, and when it comes to being the face of the league, all 3 of those guys can possibly be the face of the league. So I just got to let it play out. I think it can go 7. I ain't going to pick a team here. I really don't honestly care. I used to be an OKC fan, but I really don't care. I'd rather come back, to the teams that's closer to me. Indiana here, hour away. So bring it closer.
That's a good point, DC. Great point, man. What you thinking, G? What you think about this series? Who do you take out of this if you want to pick a team?
I think the Thunder gonna win it. It's the fact that if Minnesota win the next game and make it real interesting, I think the Thunder got a deeper bench. I don't trust Rudy Gobert. If you take Shea and Ant-Man out, who got the better team? The Thunder, I think. For as how they young running, they got rebounders, guys that bang in the post. I think they're more a little well-rounded team. I think the Thunder a little more deeper. Coaches, that's a toss-up. But I think if Minnesota win game 4, I think it's going to be real interesting. I think the pressure will go back on OKC if they don't steal one, because now you're going back with that, man. We got to win because we don't want to give them that momentum, that 3-2. Because I can say the T-Wolves Once they, get that first win, they go on a little roll. So I just think that they got the blowout. I think OKC gonna have to, take Minnesota first blow if it is like that and be calm. You got to be in the moment, like Kobe said. You just got to be there, and whatever there is, you got to be able to take that blow. We got to put on our run. Our defense got to step up more on the roll. Your offense sometimes just carry you because you're hot. You going off the crowd, you know. But on the roll, your defense and your rebounding is key. But I think the Thunder can steal the next game. It's going to be how it starts. So if the T-Wolves start fast, I think the Thunder can, withstand that run and get back to what they doing. I thought Ant was tired. Game one went what game two showed. So, but if Julius Randle, he can't afford no lackadaisical game. None. None. He can't. So I'm a lean towards the Thunder, but if T-Wolves win game 4, it's interesting.
It's interesting. Yeah, hey, great point, Greg and DT, man. I'm going to roll with the Thunder. I think the Thunder are going to be the NBA Finals champions. I'm running through them all the way through. I don't see a deeper team. I don't see it. Only other team I could say is the Pacers, chemistry wise, because them guys have been playing with each other for a while, the same amount of time that OKC has. But the difference is that the reason why they're going to win this year is because they had the best free agency. They went to go get who was going to make them better on both sides of the ball. Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso coming to that team with them youngins and being over there vets and leaders has changed that whole predicament over there. You know what I mean? You got Caruso hitting the 3 now. Once he, you know what I'm saying, with Chet, with Dort, that team is, come on, man, like that, then the Wiggins and the Isaiah Joe, you got, they got ballers all around. Like, even, what's the kid, 34? Yesterday, the other day, Charles Barkley was like, who the hell is 34? Man, he came in cooking, like, you know what I mean? Like, they got guys that could play ball. Sam Presti and the coach, they got a younger coach, right? He's doing a great job. And I don't want to mess his name up, so I don't want to just put it out there. But that's what I'm going to pass it to you, DT, real quick. But what I do want to say is that look at the MVP speech when they talked to Shea. All the teammates was in there. They always together. Like, that's what I'm saying. When they do their interviews, they always right there together. Like, these guys are going to war with each other. They actually like each other and love playing ball with each other.
They're like a baby. They want to be like a baby Golden State.
Yeah.
But they just don't shoot like them. No. It's a unit. No. It's a unit. Go back and look when Steph won. The team was behind.
Right.
But the Thunder did it too when Kevin Durant won it. And they had the crowd too.
Yeah. 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 Hey, DC, what you gonna jump in and say something real quick?
I got the comment on that there. They like a baby Golden State. Why do you use your 23 with Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, John Paxson?
No, they was there too, clapping in the back. So he had 5. They was used to that.
Yeah, but
that's new. That's new.
That camaraderie.
That's new.
Yeah,
he got 5.
But like you said, Fred, that camaraderie that team have, and then he going out as he get the MVP, he gives them boys that Rolex. Like, come on, man, you go buy all them boys a Rolex, like, man. So, and that bond. But Golden State, stop it.
How many Golden State got?
I don't keep up with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, hey, we can't wait to see that outcome of that series, man. We still got some good ball playing, man. So we're going to go ahead and transition here, man. We got to get into this, man. We got to get in this. We have to get into this. Caitlyn Clark, Angel Reese, man. And so I was going to do something separate with Ryan Clark and RG3, but we might as well just tag it in because this is the reason we'll be talking about them because of this drama here. As we know, it was a hard foul by Caitlyn Clark, which I didn't think was that hard. I think it was a basketball play. And Angel Reese overreacted. What I'm gonna say is that the RG3 and Ryan Clark thing is a little different. I didn't really get what RG3 was kind of doing. I understand what he said. And I want you guys to expand on it a little bit more. But with me, I'm just gonna put this out here is that both of these sisters are both of these women are bringing a whole different perspective to basketball. You know, they changed the landscape. Caitlyn Clark is the real deal. Like, she could be purple, green, orange. The girl can play basketball. With Kelsey Mitchell, Cincinnati's own, Tav Great, Indiana Fever, they are fun to watch, man. You know what I mean? When they come on TV, I can't wait till they play Las Vegas. AJ and Wilson.
When they going to play the best girl in the NBA?
In the NBA, you know, and we
Okay.
ain't even, you know, and so what I wanted to say is I can't wait to say that, and that's just a remark here. But guys, hey, G, let me know, man. What's going on? I know this was a heavy topic for you, man. And what's going on with this, man? What kind of solution can we have here?
I mean, I think that helped the WNBA. Bird and Magic. Come on, we're not saying Reese Magic, no. But that's what you want to rival. That's what's hurting in the NBA. Rivals are clicking up. We don't want that. What we want is a rival that young girls competitors. So they showing competitive. No, I don't think Caitlyn Clark maliciously try to hurt Angel Reese. No. Angel Reese, you took that a little bit too love. I know you on TV and you losing and you don't want to look like a punk and you tried all that. You wouldn't have did nothing anyway. But I just think is what the WNBA need. They need a rival, and that's a rival right there. And they go back to college, you know, and far as RG3. Now, this is my thing. I think RG3 got something personal with Angel Reese. Because I bet if Angel Reese would have fouled Caitlyn Clark like that, he would have said the same thing. So she was in a lose-lose with him. See, and people want to make it a race thing. It's not a race thing. It's just the fact that how RG3 got Caitlyn Clark back, it's people that got Angel Reese back that's going to shoot back. See, it was unexpected. And I don't think Ryan Clark said nothing wrong. I don't like his apology. You know what I'm saying, that he had yesterday issued. But I just think that RG3, people need to ask RG3 what you got against Angel Reese. You know, and you want to talk about race, why would you brag on swimming in milk? What is that? We know who you got on your side, but you want to bring that up, that you swim in milk. What is that? I think ESPN should look into that. You know, you the one making the big race thing. You be on X saying little stuff. What you got against Angel Reese? Angel Reese got people that's going to speak for her. And if you feel a certain way about it, you want to ask for people jobs and stuff like that. So I just think that in a way, he just got something against that girl. And I don't think Ryan Clark said anything crazy about him, you know, being in a house with somebody that's not black. I'm just gonna say it. There's not a black woman he don't understand, because you see who he ran to the aid of. And people like us looking at that like, oh, okay. But they ain't addressing the big elephant in the room that he got something personal against Angel Reese.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it, G, man. DT, what's up, man? What can you expand on this right here, man? What's going on?
So I do agree with the foul being a basketball play, but I want to say this: like, people got to start loving people. The whole country is making everything about race. You go on these comments, on these posts, everybody, you got black people, you got white people going at each other's head. Like, that's got to stop. I don't think Ryan Clark crossed the line either, because he never said nothing about that man's wife. So all that RG3, I'm going to use this as a reference. Let's go back to slavery. RG3 is like Greg. He's a house nigga. I'm a Ryan Clark. I'm in the field. You calling for that man job? You calling ESPN? ESPN need to look into that.
Oh, nah, bro. What done, bro? No. Oh, bro.
For a man job,
bro.
You have to stop that, man. Like, it's got to stop. Yeah, that RG3 is a house move, man, and it's ridiculous.
So what make me a house?
So, I didn't hear you, Greg.
I said, what make me a house? Who voted for Trump, me or you?
Let's not do that here. But
I don't take kind of that. What you mean, bro? Like, hell nah. Like,
but listen, that was just a reference, Greg. It's a joke, man. But honestly, Fred, like, that you calling for my job on a platform at ESPN where I'm not even on ESPN. I'm on my own podcast. That's like saying somebody calling for your job, Fred. You at work. You on making the right play. This have nothing to do with ESPN at all. Even though I know my character and my image, I'm on this TV. I'm representing that brand at all times. Which stop it, RG3. You're not an analyst no more for ESPN. Your butt hurt. Stephen Smith didn't protect you. Keep your job. You gotta stop it. But I want people to stop making everything about race. Both the women are basketball players. They both can play. The foul was a foul. Let it go. Let's move on. Continue to play. Like they say, shut up and dribble.
Oh God! Oh, but DT, yeah, go ahead and mute that mic, man. He over there tripping, man. Hey, listen. What I'm gonna say is this, though. This is how I feel, man. I think RG3 handled it like a bitch. I'm gonna put it on out there. Your wife was in the back clapping, right? This is what she was doing during the video when you were expanding on Angel Reese. He's not seeing that. When Ryan Clark mentioned your wife, he didn't disrespect your wife or kids. You know what I mean? This is not Drake and Pusha T. When Drake mentioned Pusha T, that was a shot because they were sending bar. They been had a little beef. You guys, I don't know behind the scenes, but I do see the jealousy. Right, Robert Griffin III is definitely jealous of Ryan Clark. Look at the success he's having at ESPN and with the pivot. Ryan Clark is a guy that stands on principles in business, right? And that's why him and Brandon Marshall got into it. That's why he had a few feuds, you know what I mean? And he handled them even with the shit what he had with Stephen A. Remember when he went at Stephen A early on the ESPN and they came to an understanding. It's not that he switched aside. It's that even Stephen A, Ryan Clark realized he needed to be a little bit more professional, but we're going to continue with the same points that we have because these are genuine points. Right. They start coming for his biracial daughter. It got way too far. You know what I mean? Like this is the problem with the internet is because I could put out loving things, right? People will like it at that time, and then when they get mad at me, especially when you're a celebrity, you know what I mean? They go back to your photo, now they comment. It goes too far. And so what I want to say is like RG3, you had a viral moment. You know what I mean? That's what you're trying to do. You're gonna get your podcast. This what we're doing. The content. I know what you're doing. We doing what you do now, bro.
Right.
We doing what you now. You're on a certain level, but we doing what you do. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we could go out here and say something crazy, and we might be able to do 10,000 views tomorrow. You know what I mean? We don't know, but I mean, it's. One of the biggest figures on the internet right now, Charleston White. I mean, this is what he tells you in interviews. This is what I do. I provoke. He said, I know I can go viral on any platform in a matter of minutes of what I say. He went to school for this. He knows how to control the crowd. He knows how to speak. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is like I said, Robert Griffin, you handled it wrong, bro. You could have got this moment a whole different way. And like you said, Greg, I do agree. You have a problem not just with Angel Reese. You got a problem with Black women. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's a problem with your mom. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because when we get into that, not that I know some great guys that have white women. You know what I mean? Guys I grew up with that are great guys. That's not a problem. What happens is that when you don't put your person in place, she should have never been in the room. Why was she even part of the pod when you were discussing this? And if she was doing that, you should have put her in check immediately on the pod so people knew that you was like, hey, baby girl, go ahead, sit down. This is the wrong time to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to what he said. I'm diving in milk. Oh, what type of shit?
Why ESPN be like, why? What that mean?
What does that mean?
Expand on that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why he's no longer there. They fired RG3. Yeah. Go ahead, DT.
Yeah, he no longer works for ESPN.
Greg. Yeah, he's out of there. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why you see. And then this the other thing. That's what I'm gonna end on right here. This is why I called him a bitch. He a hoe. He tried to do that shit with Ryan Clark talking about ESPN needed, like basically trying to, get him in trouble. What type of what? Gee, come on. Like DT, like you said, that's crazy.
That's what they call snitching.
That's what they call that's what that is right there. Blatantly. And blatantly.
He one of them kids that like to cap and say all this. You cap on him back. Man, he said this. Nah. He don't want nobody to correct him. He don't want nobody to shoot back at him with facts, and that's what it was.
Did you see what Stephen A. said when he said, "I bet RG3 won't lock in the room with Ryan Clark and let's handle man."
Ryan Clark about that. Ryan Clark, he told Brandon Marshall, we could meet up. You could plus live on your phone. If I lose, I lose. But we can shoot this fair one.
We're gonna shoot this fair. Hey y'all, I think we all made some great points with that. That was a topic I knew we was gonna stay on for a little while, just because it's so
Yeah,
much going on with that. Again, we wish both of these ladies a successful season. Definitely rolling with the Fever. That's the closest team to us. But also, again, Kelsey Mitchell, shout out to you, girl. Keep balling, man. So we're gonna go ahead and transition here. Jayden Daniels' mom, she was on the her pivot interview about 2 weeks ago. Um, she I think the elephant in the room was her being in the middle of his love life, business life. Basically, she's the protector, the big dog. I think we all love our, had a certain relationship with our moms. I love my mom. G. I know, we,
yes,
I get it. But my mom would have never probably had this much of a, you know, impact to this point where it's, she probably would have, my mom would be like, hey, baby boy, go ahead and live your life. Just make sure you're looking out for these things because they brought us up a certain way, right? For us to have discernment. And be able to see what's good for us and what's not. Jay and Mom made some great points, but she did try to admit that she's saying that Jayden can live his own life. I don't know if you guys saw the interview at all,
I
but
saw a clip.
you have seen her interactions outside of here. What do you think about her and her relationship with her son? Like, is she just trying to protect him, or is she trying to kind of be in the middle of it?
I
Uh,
think
DC.
I think for one, she I mean, as a mother, as a protector, whatever you might be, you want the best for your child, but you got to believe in trust in what you put in your child for him to go out there and make the decisions. He's an NFL quarterback now. He's making a bunch of money. You got to let him become an adult. He's a man. You got to let him become a man because if that was me in that situation and my grandma on the other hand, she don't go out there and say, Buster, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. You fuck up. Don't come back to me crying like a bitch. I know my grandma. Like she gonna give it to me raw and uncut. But at the same time, like you trying to interfere, you gotta let this man, mama. I'm gonna take care of you. You still gonna be who you are. Can't nobody replace who you are, mom. You gonna be taken care of. Let me go ahead and live my life. Like when that him and Juju there, you come and sit right there on TV and
That's
the
crazy.
media eats that up. Like you a black woman, they already want to put an image on you as well. So it's got to be done in a better way. You got to go ahead and doubt because some of them outfits she wear to the game too, and make me want to be a stepdaddy. But you this gotta stop, like like it's gotta stop. But you gotta just fall back. Like let your son live his life, mama. You still in there. If I won't hit you, I know Greg will.
You tarnishing my image. This is crazy. But yeah, nah. This is what like all in seriousness. I just think she know who her son is, and it looked like he grew up in the suburbs in L.A. And she know he's probably real gullible to women, and he's easy to like he's a person that can be taken advantage of, and she's protecting that. That's a fear of you investing into a woman that's not loving you properly, and she feel like she want to protect him from that. He's probably a guy through high school got used, came home crying, you know, mama, she ain't picked me. I thought she liked me. And she was like, you know what? Moving forward, you ain't good with this. I gotta protect you. And because you grown don't mean you grew up, and she's just a mother that's like, now, is she doing a little bit too much? Yeah, I can say that. You gotta let him go ahead. You can still have those conversations with him. But she just probably knows something we don't. He's probably he probably got a heart like Derek, and like he more of a giver. He might be a giver, you know, but hey, she probably know her son better. Go ahead, Derek. I see you down there.
Hey, let's leave Derek out of this. But this is the question I want to get at too, right here. So we had a young guy that's in the NFL get married this weekend. Do you feel his mama trying to protect him from becoming a guy like Greg Clark, aka Travis
Hey,
Hunter?
hey, listen, hold on. And I was going that Derek. I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be one of our topics. So we might as well stay. So we'll keep it in here. Um, I agree with you. The problem with Travis Hunter is different. Dion is your mentor. You got Shador. I know Dion talked to him in the midst of what all that crap that was going on with the internet a couple of months ago. With
Oh yes.
with the videos being leaked of her being with certain type of guys, and then this is a lot of people said it. That was Travis Hunter's first girl that made me look like something. You know what I mean? Like he's making the money. His parents, listen, daddy then got in trouble, right? Daddy was, I don't know what happened with him. I don't know about his legal trouble back then. I know that he's in this situation now and he's almost done with it. I think he was able to attend the NFL draft. Is he still locked up or like a half?
No, he's not on probation, but they won't even let loosen his restrictions or whatever up so he can be there for his son and try to guide him. But the thing about Travis Hunter has to, like, come on, man. I hope he signed a prenup.
Yeah,
I hope
that's what the wife said. The wife said that. Look, my wife. This is so funny that you said it. And G, I'm gonna let you go. But she said that earlier. She's like, I hope he. This is a woman. My wife said, I hope he did a prenup because even the women see it. The women like, oh, he's sweet. There's a lot of them that's like, I wish we could have, you know what I mean? Because we're not going to be able to do Shador like that. We can't do Shiloh like that. We've been having action all our life. My daddy is Dion Prime. You know what I mean? Like, this is a different ball game. So you would have thought Travis Hunter would have, and like, again, I remember puppy love, bro. We've been there before. I remember in high school. I mean, you cannot tell a motherfucker nothing once that nose open. You a whole different dog. So, hey, G, what you think about that, man? Like Travis, like, is it? Because I don't know. I don't think anybody, because he making so much money. Mom Dukes can't really say nothing.
I mean, I've been following Travis Hunter probably like a year now, and I've seen when he bought his mama that foreclosure house. Shorty picked it out. His wife picked it out. She's in control of everything. That's like a lot of women's dream is to get somebody with a lot of money that's so in love with them because they know they're gonna be in control. A stand-up guy is not gonna go for that. So she hit a lick on him. No, this going on. It's guys in the streets that get licks hit on them. Because once you give me all that woman say, I can't live without you. Those are golden words to a woman. Oh, show me you can't live without me then. I can't sleep without you. I can't eat without you. That's the vibes Travis give me. She knows she got him. She's getting what she wants. You're going to marry me after you get drafted. Those are millions coming. So I could get an expensive wedding if I choose to. You're not broke. Your NIL, I know you ain't broke then. So if you get the NFL, we really there. So he investing in her, not just money, but with love, loyalty, and she knows she got it. Ain't no telling what debt she didn't get her family out of because of Travis.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I bet her mama got a house off of Travis. I bet you that. A car. Go ahead, Derek.
He gifted her a G-Wagon. But this is the thing about young Travis Hunter. I don't know if y'all know about the Shaquille O'Neal situation when he was married to Shawnee O'Neal and she had all them secret accounts with her family with money in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I hope and pray to God that young man signed a prenup because I hate to see him be like a city employee and get drained.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Let's be honest though. What G just said, DT, you silly, but what G just said and DT, what you just said, right? We know she didn't sign a prenup. I mean, y'all just explained it. You know what I mean? Y'all just showed us.
I'm in control of this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's no way if she's controlling you buying your mama a house. Hold on, let's think about that because I remember this is a guy that I could tell you that made his girl sign a prenup. That soccer star that put everything in his mama's name. And see, that's a guy that made you sign a prenup. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? And then put in his mama's name. Oh, you want to get what? Here you go. That's you, DT. But you see what I'm saying? That's a guy. If you told me what he's been through in his last year, you'll be like, Greg, the way you explain Travis Hunter would show me like, hey, this guy's a smart guy, right? Not saying Travis is not smart. He's gullible. He's a gullible
very
guy.
gullible.
He's very gullible.
He get his LL on. He want love.
Yeah.
And once the woman see you want love, I got him. I'm the person you came to get this love provided to you. Okay, it's gonna cost you. So let's let you know it's not real. It's gonna come with G-Wagons. It's gonna come with mansions. It's gonna come with, you sitting outside your car while I go to the party and twerk on Derek and Chris, and it's gonna come with that. You gotta look lame to be with me. You're going to look like that. And guys, but on the flip side, this is why guys snap. Because they wake up and realize you're not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And we get breaking news on our phone and be like, whoa.
He ain't do that, did he? Mm-hmm.
Because she's probably giving out allowances to his family. His mama come like, hey, Travis, I need a car. Well, this is your budget, 40,000. 40,000. Well, ma'am, you can get you something with 40,000. I won't be shocked if she is. I won't be shocked. Look, I won't be shocked if she his agent.
No. That'd be doing too much. But the thing about it, like he's young, man. That's the thing. I'm gonna pray for Travis Hunter too, because like Greg made it. He referred to him like he was R. Kelly, or the one people like they say emotions make you cry sometimes. Or then he's like R. Kelly, I can't sleep, baby. Like
he ain't never threatened to drive down to Atlanta overnight.
Hey, hold on. Hey, look, man, look.
Let's go to another topic. Let's go to another topic.
But let me say this. Let me say this too. Let me say this though before we get done. There's also happened in a different way. Listen, Mama Daniels, Mama Hunter. We hope that y'all we hope that y'all still have an impact on your baby's lives. You gotta let them live their life though. They grown man. But I also want to say this before I end. It's also happening on the younger side. What I see with Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. Where she handling all his business, and he, you know what I'm saying, and so it's happening both ways here. You know what I mean? Where like these guys is letting women come in and control a lot, and if they bring something to the table, that's cool too. That's their life. I'm not here for that. I can't say that I probably would hire somebody professional that I got a relationship with to handle my type of business. You know what I mean? So we don't have a bias, but I also want somebody that actually cares about me, because we've seen a lot of athletes go get business accountants, all different things. They stealing money, and we hear it's the same thing all the time. So we hear it a lot, man. So we Mama Daniels, much love, Mama Hunter, much love. So hey, y'all, I wanted to transition here since we talking about relationships real quickly. This been going on lately, man. I don't know if y'all been seeing this Remy Ma Papoose drama, man, on a live. Listen, what I'm gonna say is I did watch a live from Papoose 17 minutes just today. The man is telling the truth. I mean, no flinching, no, and he came with receipts. You know what I mean? Basically, this started from Remy Ma cheating on Papoose with Easy, the Black Captain. He's a battle rapper. This is what he's known as. Known as Nasty. He's very nice. He cold. I think Remy Ma had a league or something like that she was hosting in Philly, I think, with him. I think, and so basically, I think on Christmas or something, Papoose pulled up. Allegedly, he ended up sleeping, putting Easy the Block Captain to sleep. He didn't fight back. Papoose kept calling him, referring to him as a lame. I love the live. I was listening to Remy Ma. I didn't really. She just gave me. She didn't have any receipts. She had a lot of threats, right? But she didn't have anything that came to the forefront. Whereas like she was telling the truth about Pap. Of course, they when they mad, the first thing they do is call you broke. They come for your manhood. They come for your livelihood. You this and that. G, let's start off with you, man. I know you've been watching a little bit. We'll go to DT next. What you think about this situation, man? Like, I mean, why put it on the internet, right? Why couldn't this been done? Couldn't this been done?
Yeah, it could have been done. Yeah, because the truth don't need no explanation. It's the lies, though. The lie got to keep proving themselves. Mm-hmm. And the pain she feels, those pictures with Easy is not helping, and the reality is sometimes with people, reality, it takes a while to sit in. Mm-hmm. And I've told some people that when they know they lost somebody, for that moment, they're partying, I'm free and this and that, or I got this dude. But when reality really hits that guy was really for me or that girl was really for me, these actions take place because you got to make yourself feel good because you're feeling bad. I got to do something to make me feel like I won. He ain't buy that truck. He ain't do like, so now once you start feeling that pain, it's like, I got to feel good in this. Why I'm feeling bad. Why he happy holding mitts with Caressa Shields. She's seeing that. She's still following. See, and I got his daughter, so our communication still got to be there. I got to hear Caressa in the back. You know, I gotta. You on the internet now. You in the car. You still spitting your freestyles. You smiling. Why you ain't mad? Why you ain't depressed? Why you ain't calling me? That's gone. Because you seeing my joy. It reminded me of something like when Kendrick and Drake. Kendrick was on mute. Everybody was like, Drake was like, drop, drop, drop. And we know Kendrick the truth. So when the truth did come speak, what happened? It was over. Now Papoose speaking the truth. Remy searching. She's scrambling. And that's what comes with it. You know, and she looking bad to me for as doing all this. You want to post pictures with Easy now all of a sudden? And you heard what Carissa Shields said. I ain't got no problem with you. I just need you to finish that divorce so me and him we can really move further.
Right.
You holding us up. And you know you holding us up. You know, it's more to come, and you invited to the barbecue. She said that. You invited to the barbecue. You can get a wedding invitation. It's no hate.
Right.
I like the way they did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
That's my piece.
what you thinking, DT? What you thinking about this, man?
Man, it's crazy that, like you said, it had to even come out to the public. But the cheating started before Easy. When she cheated with the girl, when Papoose came home and the
Yeah, I seen
baby
that.
was in the bed with the girl, like, Lord knows what I would have done. Like, I don't know what I would have done. Like, I don't care about you being with the other person, but my baby here in the bedroom. But you know,
Right.
Papoose telling the truth when his daughter come on there and defend. Like, the kid ain't coming on there. I'm taking this, my daddy. I'm saying this and that. Like, stop coming for my daddy. Like, and he like Papoose came with the receipts. He's showing that he filed for the divorce. She's dragging her feet. But you got to understand what Remy Ma's doing. Papoose over here with a boxer that's got some money. Papoose still got some money. Remy is putting all these lives and these streams and stuff out because guess what? When you click it, guess what that means?
Yep.
Ching, ching,
Yep.
ching. It's
Yep.
clickbait. I got to
Yep.
do
Yep.
something to generate
Great
revenue
way to
still
say it.
to
Yep.
keep
Great
me
point.
relevant.
Mhm.
So her doing this, she's making herself relevant still, like because it's over with. Like I moved on. You see me out with my girl. She boxing. She doing her thing. You know, I'm still who I am. I'm true to who I am. The people still respect me. The people understand me. And people looked at Papoose like, damn, he a solid dude. He held her down all this time. Like, and you get out and do me like that, like that's insane, man. Like, that's insane. Like, then you went over here and cheated with a nigga I knocked out that ain't got nothing. It's like, come on, baby. Like, you downgraded. Here I am with
Mhm.
somebody that's getting M's that don't have a problem with putting paws on you neither if we take it there. What
Mhm.
they need to do is, honestly, if y'all want to keep going back and forth with all this drama, let's make it a celebrity boxing match. Let's make an
Nah.
exhibition boxing match and get
Right.
paid. Let's make you some
Mhm.
money. You're making a fool of yourself for free. Well, with this little clickbait, little Facebook money, or these streaming forms, platform money, get some real money off that exhibition. Because guess what people do? They love drama. You see the
Yeah.
Housewives, you see all them shows that the women tune into, the Lifetimes,
For
all that
sure.
kind of stuff.
Remy gonna be on there next.
Yeah, I can see it. And you know the crazy thing, like DT makes some great points, man. What I'm gonna say is that you can see the emotional intelligence with Pat. We both know both parties are hurt, right? Still, we still see a connection there. It's vivid. You know what I mean? Everybody sees it. Like anybody that's watched those videos, and you know what killed me, what killed Remy to me, what made her real mad was that Pat said, "Hey, I wrote 90% of your raps since I've been
Oh
with you."
yeah.
You could put a letter in his phone and a verse will pop up. He said, "I wrote the biggest song you probably ever had," which we know the song she all the way up with Fat Joe. It wasn't confirmed, but what I'm saying is that her career is her being a rapper. You know what I mean? So what happens is that now it takes back the whatever clarity you got from when you dissed Nicki on that. Remember on that diss song she had dropped. You know, now we kind of thinking like Pat probably had a majority to do with that diss
Yeah.
song. You know what I'm saying? So well you know, now you know, and I think she's been trying to get to that type of level for a while, right? And you know, jail slowed her down, but she never was. She's it's just not gonna be there. She doesn't have that type of I guess you could say skill set. You know what I mean? That's what I'll say. I'm not saying that she's a bad rapper, but you know, you're not. I'm not. I don't. I could go through my phone right now, and I know you got a crazy catalog too. I know we probably could count as many songs, Derek. You know, you probably too that you got Remy Ma on. You know what I mean? I don't think you know what I'm saying? And that's just me. And I'm not saying that, but I'm saying alphabetical slaughter I still have. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like Pat,
yeah.
you know,
You got
Pat
Pat.
was you know was Pat did at
He did
in his
some
prime.
songs,
He
yeah, with
you
some
know
big figure guys.
with some
Kiss,
big figure guys, right?
Jim
He
Jones. Like he done been out there. He always been
Wayne,
underground. Yeah,
the
I
Wayne
mean
feature, yeah, yep.
Wayne. Yeah, like so everybody know Pat was one of them dudes. He probably ain't get the biggest, deal or shine or label, whatever. But for as a threat out there to get on the track with somebody, you got to come with your A game with Pat. I can't say that for Remy.
Now you're right. You're right, G. And yeah, I just hope that they for the sake of the kids, let's end this. You know what I mean? And also like Remy got to realize the only reason Remy got mad from that interview was when Clarissa Seal said, "Hey, I'm gonna take after I fight these three fights, I'm gonna take a year off so I can start my family." That's what irritated. I think that's what irritated her because Remy even brought it up in one of her lives. You know what I mean? Not only does she in love with your guy, you probably feel bad and not about being with him no more, but also you dealing with a woman like you said that that's making a 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and is the goal of what she does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's able to say that. You know what I'm saying? So we just for the sake of y'all, man, let's get it off the internet for the babies, man. Y'all get this, get the divorce done. We can, if y'all have anything else y'all got going on, but we're gonna transition here, man. We're gonna go to our last topic, then a quote of the day. This right here, man. I just want to know. Listen, all the stuff that's going on with Diddy, man. I just want to say this first. When I was growing up, it wasn't a better lifestyle and an example of a zip black man, business wise and culture wise than P. Diddy. And this is without me not knowing the behind the scenes stuff, right? A lot of us didn't remember our source was Source, the magazine. We didn't have a lot of things to go off of when they did TRL or MTV and Rap City in the Basement. That's when we kind of learned a little bit about them, but everything was still opinionated, right, from their end. Diddy was a mogul to me, an icon to me. Does this hurt his legacy? Is he? I mean, even if he gets off the racketeering, right, and doesn't go to jail, will he be able to bounce back? And is he still being able to? Because I look at R. Kelly, which I say, and also I'm going to ask this question: is Diddy still an icon? Does this hurt his legacy? But also, same way with R. Kelly, do we still see him as one of them examples as well? Because these are two prominent guys, and I think in our culture. And Derek, we'll go ahead and start with you, man.
Listen, this have nothing to do with racketeering, this sex stuff, or none of that, man. This all comes down to when black men are in positions to do things, the white man want to stop you. This have nothing to do with that. Like, I feel they want to tarnish just like they did R. Kelly. They tried it with Bill Cosby. They was finna try it with Jay-Z in this same situation. It's to try to erase us from history, man. P. Diddy, in my eyes, will be forever who he is. P. Diddy. Now, some of the stuff that they say in these people, the names, the Punisher, like this stuff is insane. But R. Kelly, hands down, R. Kelly will always be the go to R&B in my eyes. R. Kelly is untouchable. He wrote for so many people. I remember my mom and them used to call R. Kelly they baby daddy because he used to come to the jazz festival here in Cincinnati and pull out his winky for him and all this and that. Like, that's my baby daddy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this is real
Well,
life.
you would say that though. Why
This
would
is
you?
real
Why
life.
would
I'm
you
just
say
saying what
that
they
though?
used to say. Like, R. Kelly is a goat,
Come
man.
on, bro. Just say you came down here, your mom and them loved it. You went out different avenues. You ain't take a detour or
They
nothing.
was doing down there,
All
man.
that, bro.
Hey, Gray, this is what they was doing down there. I'm just telling you what.
Just gotta stop, man. Come.
Like you got your mama, Miss Tracy. She might be a fan of Ron Isley or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like she might have said, "Ron
I
was
get that. I get that part.
yeah."
But the
Man, I'm just telling
Nemesis.
you. For R.
Come on, Derek. You better than this, man. You gotta grow up. You gotta grow up.
You cannot
You
stop.
gotta grow up.
These guys are they icons. You can't erase them from history. History cannot be replaced.
Yeah,
Like
that's a fact.
whenever you put them on your hit list, you can't take them off. It's history.
Me, I ain't never been a Puffy fan. I mean, I respect his hustle and everything for as that, but I heard too much bad stuff and ain't got nothing to do with this on how he did Jodeci, how he did Mary, how he did Biggie. Biggie Small's daughter should never want for nothing because most of your money was coming from that. I never been a fan of him. Matter of fact, I don't even give a fuck about him. It ain't got nothing to do with no black or white, nothing like that. I'm big on how you treat people when you're successful. That's what I'm big on. And there's too many stories from the Mace, from Craig Mack, I can go on and on. The hell with Diddy. I'm being honest. Making the band, he tortured them. So I don't give a fuck about Puffy. Like I really don't. He never was an icon to me. For as okay, wearing them glittery suits. I ain't even like how he had my boy the Locks, my favorite group, in the shiny suits. I was never for that. So, and for R. Kelly, my dog, and I don't like the fact that he did what he did, with fellas with young girl. But Puffy, I can't, man. Man, I can't. Man, listen. But I'm gonna say this: I got sisters. If Kelly would have stumped Jessica, Kiami, or Keisha, I know what me and Tay would have did. I know what me and Tay would have did. He wouldn't have made it to trial. Me and Tay would be on trial.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
Leave it at that.
I'm gonna say this, y'all. I think and the reason I said Diddy back in the day, because when we youngster, me being 36, my age, growing up looking from the outside in. See, when the internet started coming around, when Gene Deal, you start hearing about the business tax, you start hearing about the things that he had, the parties. I mean, and this go back to DT point. All this shit been happening for years. R. Kelly been doing the same shit for years. Bill Cosby was doing this shit back then. He was doing it for years. Shit. I mean, they got Harvey Weinstein because he had just crossed the line. You know what I mean? That's the only reason he got into trouble. Remember the billionaire that was just Maxine? What's the billionaire that passed away that was flying motherfuckers over to a whole different country to have parties?
Epstein.
Yeah, Epstein. This shit been happening for years. Hugh Hefner ass would have been on trial if he still was alive. You know what I mean?
No. They wouldn't have got him. I got one thing to say. This ain't got anything to do with race, but you can take how you want to. The common demeanor is this. We need to stop going to them for favors.
Yeah.
Have our own. That's the problem. We keep mingling with that in order to get something, and then it comes back when Puffy wanted that raise. They was giving him $40 million. They made $2.4 billion. He said, well, can I get extra 60, make it 100 flat? Nah. We keeping you at this flat rate. It said on the contract. But Puffy was paying attention to the numbers with Ciroc. Ciroc was coming out with different flavors through Puffy. You can't have a mainstream flavor. Peach, grape, pineapple. That was Puffy idea. The interview was on the internet. He was coming up with those concepts. But he wanted the nothing really go down unless the inner city is involved. Nothing be. Jordans, LeBrons, Steph's, Ant-Man's, Gucci, Louis. We got to be involved in order for it to be success. That's why Oklahoma was born. Because if we would have got our own, how do theirs thrive? We the most consumer. We could be broke, but we gonna look like we got money because we took our last and purchased these people things. Just to say, you know what? Greg killed them. Derek killed them. Luke, Fred. Greg only got $50 in his pocket after this outfit. But I got on Gucci, though. I got them Balenciagos on, though. I killed them. Now I'm looking, can I take them back? I'm wiping off the bottom. I'm taking these, right? But I'm just saying, we got to stop. We got people in position to get our own shit started. Why we keep reaching over? Why we keep, Mike, Oprah, Bron, Denzel, Spike. I can go on and on. Bob Johnson. We can go on and on. Puffy. Come on. Why can't we get our own?
DT. Hey, this what I will say though is that what's done in the dark comes to the light, right? There's always a time, even if it's a button that's pushed. This goes back to what we said in episode 3, right? It's already written, right? What's already written, your actions and character, we know it's going to end up, stuff is going to end up hitting the fan, man, for you. And I just think that they going through what they supposed to be going through. Bill Cosby, that was weird at his age range, and what that was a unique situation, which was kind of crazy. But Diddy did a lot of stuff, man, and the situation with Cassie, the freak outs, that's kind of weird to me that's even on trial, because if being freaky ain't got, you can't go to jail for being a fucking nut. You know what I mean? If he on that type of time, that's his, that's what he want to do. But I think when the video came out, I think his brand is tarnished. I think his character has always been there. People just saw past it because of the type of power that he did have. So I think at the end of the day is that uh, I pray for the kids. I pray for the people that don't have anything specifically to deal with this, right? That have to deal with it because they're family and friends, of this guy. But I will tell you this though, and this was the point I'm gonna end on. I love Hov to death, Jay-Z. Hey, he ain't nowhere to be found. He was at all the brunches, all the lunches, he ain't showed up now one time. You hear me?
I
Especially
bet
at
not hear you trying to deal with
lawsuit.
Ciroc. I bet
Hey,
not hear you trying to deal with Ciroc. I bet not hear that.
And you know how so funny about that? That's not too far fetched. The type of business that he do. You see what I'm saying? Like, would we be shocked? He told us to boycott the NFL. Decide to deal with him. Let's talk. And that's a whole different story. You know what I mean? But when we talking about business, why would that he's a shark.
Snake
When we
bag.
talking about
That's snake bag.
he's a slick bag, man. So hey y'all, again, we just gonna. Diddy, we hope the best outcome comes here. I do think he do need to sit it down for a little bit. That's just my opinion, man. And so we'll continue to follow the trial here and see what's going on. But y'all, we're gonna get to the quote of the day here, man. Okay. This quote is by Lao Tzu. I think he's Japanese or Chinese. And that's Laotzu. The quote is, "Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power." Okay. Pretty much that simple. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. DT, what do you think about that quote there?
Man, it takes me back to this guy here on the screen. With the training situation, like, what I'm saying, he mastered his training thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But how he used that to help others, like it's his power, like the training. Well, he didn't choose training. Training, God chose training. Training chose him or whatever. But man, listen, that's deep there too, though.
I appreciate that, Derek. I really do.
That's deep. Like, man, it's deep.
Say it again, Fred. What is it? Mastering.
Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power.
Right. You know how you be at the gym, Greg? Come on, Derek. Today, 14, 2 more.
I gotta hear that one. Hold on. I got a little slow right there. One more time.
Yeah, no problem. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power.
It's basically paying attention. When you pay attention, it's basically to your environment and what's around you. Tendencies, things that people do. I say repeatedly, and you get that familiarity around them. Like for instance, Derek, hey y'all, we about to go do this. That's mastering. That's what he's talking about. So you pay attention to what's going on around you, what Fred like to do, be like to do, so we get to know each other. That's mastering. Like, we can do personality things and crack jokes on each other because we know how we gonna respond to certain things, and what we gonna say and what we gonna do. And for as like you say, the self is what? The strength.
Yep, it's true power.
Oh, the self is true power.
Yeah, so mastering yourself is true power. Yeah.
Oh yeah, mastering yourself is basically putting yourself in. I look at it as like knowledge, getting to know yourself. Taking time out for yourself to work on yourself. Because can nobody tell you about yourself? You with yourself daily. You know what you do. You know your tendencies. You know your strengths. You know your weaknesses. You try not to show a lot. Some people try not to show a lot. Your physical is your shell. It's what's inside. What make your heart and your mind. That's why I tell people, you're not crazy when you talk to yourself and answer yourself. That's a conversation with your mind and your heart. That's how you come with certain decisions. That's how a lot of famous people get their business off. They need that peace and that quiet to get to know themselves in order to move on or tackle certain goals in life. A lot of people, that's a distraction. And they don't even know they distracted. That's why shit ain't getting done. Get your motherfucking ass in a room and really break down with this and follow that. Now you could think. Now you could see things clearly. You was distracted at all time, being poor here, poor there. You know, never had time for yourself. You never got that plan off. You've been procrastinating. Why? You out too much. You on the block too much. You with these guys. Nah, you know. But nah, that was powerful, Fred. I had to keep. You had to keep bringing that to me. That was deep. I like that. I like that one a lot.
Oh no, for sure, man. And I'm a yeah, no problem, gal. I you know and got fans, we want to let y'all know too. These are quotes that I throw out that it ain't like we studying these like the whole week and coming with a
Nah,
response. So I just want y'all to know that these are genuine answers of how we feel about this, right? And that's everything, any topics that we have on here, guys. And so what I'm gonna say is I think mastering others is strength is basically you being a leader and people following behind you because they see you're a man of value. They see you're a man of character, and they see that you're a man. You have a moral compass. You don't have a moral compass. They know that when you say your word is your bond. So mastering others means that they can relate. They can rely on you, right? I think true power. I think the mastering yourself is true power is you holding yourself accountable. Like G said,
mm,
look at yourself in the mirror and reevaluating yourself, reevaluating your decisions, being okay with your decisions too. You know what I mean? And also being able to stand alone when you don't. Sometimes you got to stand alone when you don't agree with other people. You know what I mean? You got to be that. I remember Kanye talking about how he was like he wanted to be that first person over the hill. And all the, he said it, and he said it's a lot of Indians over here. He come back with all the arrows over the back, over the in his back, and saying now we can go back over there and conquer because we already know what's going on. I'll be the first one to go over to see what's going on, just so I can come back and deliver the information, so we can go ahead and do what we need to do to be, to take over. And so I think that at the end of the day, it's just holding yourself accountable, continue to be a leader, or continue to be a man that a man's man, and like I said again, having a moral compass, being a man of value to other people, and just understanding that this is the best. This is the best you can do, and continue to improve yourself because this is a daily thing. Stacking those days, I think we talk about all the time. So
that's a good one.
that's a good one. Yeah. So guys, hey, I think we had a great show today, man. We hit some great topics. I think, definitely is blending with the sports and the entertainment, man. So I know you guys I definitely enjoy this show, man. On our closing remarks here, G, any closing remarks for the people, man, for the week?
Shout out to the people who supporting us. Peace and blessings to everybody. Be safe out there. See you next week.
DT, what's up, brother? Give us some last words for the week, man.
Hey, I just want to tell everybody I hope y'all enjoy this episode and don't let people doubt you. Continue to believe in yourself. And for me, Thunder, you don't want this smoke.
Hey, listen, this is what I'm gonna say. Hey, listen, hey y'all. Guys, I want us to come up with a name for our fans. Fans, we want you guys to kind of decide that as well. What you guys think would be cool, man, so we can start, because we're gonna definitely start putting out more content, or we're gonna start flooding the scene, y'all. Okay, so like every day y'all gonna be like, man, making the right play. It's gonna be a point. It's gonna be to the point that y'all gonna have to click. You know what I mean? So we want y'all to continue to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube, to our Instagram, to our TikTok. We doing numbers over there on TikTok. Y'all better get over there, man.
Yeah, follow on TikTok, man.
Yeah, it's going up on TikTok. We getting some dialogue over there, guys. So don't miss it, man. Again, making the right play podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and we're on X as well. So yeah, subscribe, man, right away, man. And again, we actually got a interview coming up here soon, man. So we're gonna start getting into those, man. And we got some surprises for y'all this year, man. It's gonna be fun, man. So I just hope y'all stay tuned, man.
We got merch too.
We're gonna be working on merch here shortly too, guys. So but the one biggest thing I want to say is, like, I want y'all to have a blessed week, man. I want y'all to continue to be thankful for another 24 hours, man. And let's just pump through this week, and let's shine some light on, let's not dim our light, but let's shine some lights on others. So again, we want to continue to build community. This is what this is about, and just continue making the right play, man. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next week.